Hi friends, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Bridget, and today we're using this TBR jar and my TBR cart to pick my June TBR. If you've never seen one of these videos, I have a bunch of random prompts in this jar, so I'll pick a prompt and then I'll pick a book from my TBR that fits the prompt. Also, it's raining really hard right now. Hopefully you can't hear it, but if you can, maybe it'll be nice ambiance. So enjoy that. Let's just pray that the power doesn't go out. That would be really unfortunate. Before we get into picking prompts, we need to go over some new releases because there are again some very exciting new releases coming out in the month of June. First and foremost, we have Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This comes out June 3rd, and this is the same author who wrote The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and Daisy Jones and the Six. I don't know a ton about this book, but number one, I have heard good things, and number two, I know that the setting takes place during the 1980s like space shuttle program, so I'm very interested in that. I don't know if I'm going to pick that up this month just because I'm trying to focus on my TBR, but that one sounds very interesting and I definitely want to get to that eventually. Next, V.E. Schwab has a new book coming out June 10th, and it's called, I gotta read it, Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. Again, I don't know much about this book, but this is the same author who wrote The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, which I know is very popular, so if you read that book and enjoyed it, then here's another. It says on Goodreads that it's a new genre-defying novel about immortality and hunger. This is a story about hunger. Also coming out on June 10th is Nevessa Allen's new book, Caught Up. This is book number 2 in the Lights Out series. It's actually the Into Darkness series. I read Lights Out earlier this year and I really enjoyed it, so I definitely have this one on my radar. I am not usually a thriller horror girly, but Riley Sager does have a new release coming out this month called With a Vengeance. This one comes out June 10th as well. Frida McFadden also has a new book coming out called Death Row. That one comes out on June 1st. Ashley Poston has a new book coming out this month, I think June 17th, and it's called Sounds Like Love. Ashley Poston also wrote The 7-Year Slip and a novel love story. She writes contemporary romance, but they have magical realism in them. I really enjoy her books. They're so fun and so like whimsical. I can't wait for this book. It's gonna be so good. Do I know what it's about? Absolutely not. But I'm so excited. There are approximately 1 million new books coming out this month, so I will link the Goodreads article down below where I saw all of them. Those are just the ones that are standing out to me and some that I'm excited about. But without further ado, let's go ahead and pick our first prompt. Okay. Our first one. Okay. This is interesting. This is a 5-star from Sarah. So Sarah meaning Sarah Caroline here on YouTube. Let me pull up her Goodreads and see if I have any on my shelf that she has rated a 5-star. Okay, this actually is a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. I originally made these prompts thinking that I could also like go to the store and buy whatever book. However, I don't want to do that. I want to just read what's on my cart. So it's kind of difficult to find books that she has rated 5 stars that I also have and haven't read. Immediately my first thought would be like read Beartown, but I already read Beartown earlier this year, so that would have been perfect for this, but I was scrolling on her 5-star Goodreads shelf. She rated Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher 5 stars, which actually kind of works out perfectly. This is the first book in the Lakefront Billionaires series by Lauren Asher. I haven't read it yet, obviously, so I feel like this is a really good pick, but I'm going to scroll for a little bit longer on her 5 stars and see if there's anything else that I could choose from. I actually think that might be it. The other thing I thought might be an option was The Nightingale by Kirsten Hanna, but according to Goodreads, she rated it 4 stars. So this is my only option. So first book, a 5-star from Sarah Caroline, is Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. Prompt number 2. I'm nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous. This one also says a 5-star from Sarah. I don't know if you probably can't read that. Okay, so this one's gonna go back in the jar and I'm gonna pull again. I will say there are quite a few duplicates in here, so I'm not surprised that happened. But I guess I am surprised that it was one right after another. That's kind of crazy. Okay, prompt number 2 for real. A book your bestie picks. What I'm gonna do is call Bestie Kennedy because she was just texting me and I know she'll probably answer, and I'll have her pick one of these books. That's you. She didn't answer. Okay, she said she'll call me in a second, so we're gonna hold that. We're gonna move on to the next one and she'll call me after, hopefully. Okay, so let's do 3 and then we'll come back. This one says a book with a pretty cover. I appreciate this one for me because it basically just means I get to pick whatever book that I want to read. So let's see. I'm gonna grab some options. Okay, these are all the books that I think have a pretty cover. First of all, we have Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. This was her new release from this past month, and I still haven't read it yet. Definitely an option. That is a beautiful cover. I also just got this edition of A Study in Drowning by Ava Reed, and I am so looking forward to reading this book. It is stunning. This is a dark academia situation, which I have been loving recently, so definitely a contender. Next, I have The Inadequate Heir by Danielle L. Jensen. This is book number 3 in the Bridge Kingdom series, and I really want to read this book. And finally, The Courting of Bristol Keats by Mary E. Pearson. I haven't read anything from Mary E. Pearson yet, and this book is stunning, beautiful, and straight edges, so definitely a contender. I do think I'm gonna go with The Inadequate Heir though by Danielle L. Jensen. I want to continue reading a series that I'm in the middle of, so I feel like this is a great choice. I also just want to get back into this world and continue these books, so picking this one. Okay, I'm picking the next prompt. This one says a book on your Kindle. So that means one that I already have downloaded. Or not downloaded, but like, not like a Kindle Unlimited. I don't know. One that is already on my Kindle. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say. Right away, I recently downloaded Dungeon Crawler Carl. Because my husband wants to read it, but also I keep saying a lot of good things about it, so I am interested in reading it as well. So that is an option. I also recently downloaded Kiss of the Basilisk by Lindsay Straub. This is a dark romance. I have heard a lot of people talking about it, and a lot of people are reading it right now, so I am interested. But I don't know if I'm in the mood, you know? Ooh, I also have Heartless Hunter by Kristen Cicerelli, I think is her name. I think I'm gonna go with this one, actually. I have heard so many people talk about these ones, and the second book, Rebel Witch, I think is what it's called, also was released recently, so I have a second book to look forward to. Should I start a new series right now? No, I don't think that I should, but am I going to? Yes, I am. So I'm picking Heartless Hunter by Kristen Cicerelli. That was book technically number 4 because I'm still waiting on Kennedy to call me back. But let's go ahead and pick one more. Oh no. This one says buy a new book, which I don't want to do, so I'm gonna put this one back. I mean, I do want to do, but I know that I shouldn't do, so that one's going back in. Take 2. Okay, I think I might need to redo my TBR jar because this one says a book with a pretty cover. I'm going again. You can't see it, but I'm picking again. Come on, don't do me dirty. A title that starts with the letter A. Now this I can work with. Turns out I only have 2 books that start with the letter A. First, we have A Touch of Malice by Scarlett St. Clair, which I really do not want to read, actually. This is a Hades and Persephone retelling. This is book 2 or 3 at least, I think. And this is the same story that I already read from a different perspective, from what I understand. So I'm really not interested in reading this book. And honestly, I could probably unhaul this book. I don't think I'm ever going to read it. Yeah. So that leaves me with my second option, A Study in Drowning, which again, I mentioned wanting to read, and I'm very excited about this one. This one is a dark academia, YA. I don't think it's fantasy. I think it's just dark academia fiction, I guess. I'm very excited about this book, and I'm looking forward to reading it. And again, it is a stunning edition of it, so this is perfect. Did you see my text?
Let me look.
Bestie Kennedy is here, and she's going to pick a book off of my TBR cart.
Okay, my choice stands between The House in the Cerulean Sea or Silver Elite, only because of the hype.
Okay, I really want to read Silver Elite, so I'm gonna pick that one if I'm allowed to.
Okay. You are allowed to pick that one only if you promise that you will read The House in the Cerulean Sea this year.
This year?
Yeah.
I can promise I will try to read it this year.
Fine.
Hell yeah.
That satisfies me.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Okay, love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Hopefully you heard her, but she gave me an option between 2 on my cart. First was A House in the Cerulean Sea. She's been trying to get me to read this book for so long, and I just don't want to. And the other option is Silver Elite because of all of the hype. And if it's up to me, which she said it was, I am picking Silver Elite because I am also so curious about all the hype. So this is book number 5 that I will be reading in June. So these are all the books, plus one on my Kindle that I'll be reading in the month of June. I have been averaging about 7 or 8 books every month. So this is kind of the perfect base where I can read these books, work through my TBR, but also still get to pick a couple extra books every month that I read that isn't pre-chosen. Hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, I absolutely love making these videos. They're so fun to make, and then they're so fun to also watch. As soon as I upload this one, I am going to go and just binge everyone else's that they're posting for the month of June. If you enjoyed this video, definitely make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future content. I also have my Instagram, TikTok, Goodreads, everything linked down below if you want to follow me there to stay more up to date on what I'm doing, what I'm reading. I also have my Patreon link down below if you are interested in supporting me and supporting the channel. Definitely check that out. I think that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!